What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're jumping back into Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. I believe we're on our, 16th episode at this point? Let's see.
Around the corner, I found the corpse.
In our last episode, we had visited Marie.
Oh my God. Klausner?
Actually, our last two episodes we were in Marie.
Twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact.
We've already
when
seen
I heard
this
the
part a
door
couple
mechanism
times in the
start
last
up again.
episode.
Oh man, the door is... I had a...
And we were trying to figure out how to defeat Khan. And,
okay. All right. I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse. But as my
well,
life
thinking about it, I did
expectancy
figure out
wasn't
what we
great,
needed to do.
I figured I should try every new challenge
right
that
at the end
came
of the
my
last
way.
episode when I stopped recording. I played
Hey,
the scene one more time and
what's
tried doing
this?
something different than reaching for the gun.
I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens.
After
That
thinking
set the
about
night-
what George had said, when you walk outside to face Khan.
I couldn't take... And I didn't have... All...
Just gonna skip through this dialogue since
In
we've
Occidenta,
seen this a couple times already.
In...
There is far more.
So...
You're,
Yeah, okay. Face him
Okay,
like a
you're the
man.
boss.
you are an. I should like to.
Yeah. It was a long...
Now when he says it's a long way down, now we need to buzz his hand. Instead of going for the gun, we dive over the side. I did not look that up. I figured it out right after I turned the recording off last episode, so... And looks like we're done with Marib after that.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, George.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Alright, I have a theory already with what we're going to do with the lens. First, let's,
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head.
which is here.
That's the clue that led me to the bull's head in Syria.
This was
That's the clue
Spain.
that led me to Spain. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has three hideous faces.
Oh, maybe the bull was this one here. The three hideous faces I thought was the statue.
The night scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. And that's not a crystal ball. It's the lens I found in Marib.
Yeah. Now, what we need to do,
I'll be back as
think,
soon as I can.
Okay.
is use the lens with the statue in Montfaucon. And then maybe we'll get a closer up image of whatever it is on that window that we need to see. Which I think will give us the next clue. Oh, the cop's back. So I guess that means we cannot go back down in the sewer area, which is fine. Didn't really want to do that anyway. Oh, there's someone here now. This isn't con or something, is it?
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Is the right-hand window original?
Oui, monsieur.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm definitely on the right track since this guy showed up. And we're asking about the stained glass, so let's grab the lens and use it with the scroll here. Yep. We got it.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
Oh yeah.
Hey! A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCC That's 1314.
It changed the image.
A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a
1314. I guess we just leave the lens there.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
1314. Okay. Now do we have to look at these guys?
I wondered if this guy had died in combat. A stone knight. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. To think of the long centuries that it kept its secret. All the thousands of people who must have been through here and seen it without once suspecting. A huge stained glass window formed.
1314. How does that help us now?
I was surprised Philip le Bel had left this place alone.
Maybe we need to go back to the museum and talk to Andre. Or maybe the cop. Let's try the museum first. Andre's been very helpful up to this point. It's Burning Night in 1314. Yeah, let's go back to the Korean Museum.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes, what is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta sita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Okay, we can't ask him about the night.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
1314.
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur?
This guy's, yeah, he doesn't have any
Forget it.
So. Okay, so we figured out what to do with the lens. Now what? The island of Britain. Was that the conversation we had to find our next travel location? Let's check the airport. Can't go to Murray, can't go back to the villa, can't go to Lochmarn. Nothing to do with any of these places. Let's go back to Nicole. Tell her, see if we can talk to her about what we found at Mofasol. I don't know why we couldn't ask Andre about it.
Hey, Nico.
Oh, hi. Come in.
I'll be back as soon as I...
Okay.
Can't talk to her about anything. Alright, let's try the cop.
Hi, it's me.
Again?
Yes,
But of course.
Stobart. Where's Sergeant Moo?
Sergeant Moo? You haven't heard?
Heard what? Has something happened to him?
Moo is dead.
You're kidding.
No, monsieur.
That's... How? Why?
The death of a policeman never comes as a surprise, but always as a shock.
But Sergeant Moo? He was so...
I know. He was as flexible as a riot baton. Yet his heart was as warm as a freshly extracted urine sample.
Okay,
Thanks for your help,
so Moo's
officer.
dead. But can we not talk to...
Hi there.
Bonjour.
Ah, Stobart.
We can't talk to him anymore?
Do you know anything about...
No, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
weird that we can keep coming back here whenever everywhere else that we can no longer do anything useful at is closed off. Alright, nothing to talk to Nicole about, nothing we can do at the police station. The museum seems to be exhausted. There's nothing here at the cafe, and there's nowhere that we can travel to, right? No, which means there has to be something else to do at Montfaucon.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Bang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sewer Jacques.
Who?
Sewer Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sewer Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Who is this Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour.
It's gotta be
But
us, right?
He is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth. Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages. In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
That's gotta be him then. Jacques de... what? Malay? That's gotta be the island that we're looking for. I'm gonna check around here again, make sure there's nothing else that I missed.
Waiting in prayer. A knight's tomb. Biblical references in... I guess. A knight there.
Maybe I
Just
can
think.
think of the statue again.
A stone... I was surprised, Philip. The second... The Templars were demonstrating a pretty good grasp of physics. If the dissolution hadn't happened, we'd have had cold fusion power last century. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The Templars were demonstrating if the dissolution... A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. A Knight Templar. I didn't have time to... Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained...
Pride is a sin, monsieur. It is a fine example.
It's interesting. We could ask him about that again.
Have you seen this man before?
No, I have not.
There's grease paint on...
Oui.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Do it.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks. Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Oh.
Boy, what a...
Merci.
Catch you later.
Au
So it is
revoir,
one of
monsieur.
these tombs. That's got to be the Spanish Knight.
It was hard to believe it was the same chalice. Now the light gleamed off its perfect surface.
Is it this one?
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own. Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Okay, we can't ask him about
Catch
the
you
Bible
later.
verses.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'd look them up, but I don't have mine handy. I wonder, now that we know that that's Don Carlos, I wonder if that means we can go back to, what's her face? In Spain? No. So... Let's talk to Andre again.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Oh, we can ask him about the
While I was in
statue.
Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now, a bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions. Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Is this a place we can now visit? It is. Maybe. Who's this colorful looking character?
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing. I have a red nose.
Imagine.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at...
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria. What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish your break.
When I finish my break? An interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
Tell me more.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
All right, let's head on in.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
Somehow I doubt that.
The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. A dumpster with some debris in it. Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. There was a telephone on the far wall.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. No.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui. You have...
A sudden urge to sing.
No, no.
I've got a red nose.
Oh,
This gadget is a sewer key.
so it is.
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
Ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
I was gonna have to get rid of this thing. It was dead. I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilet...
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after it.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh. Hi again.
What is it?
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of deja vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
That was
Thanks.
easy.
Here's the keys.
Merci,
No,
monsieur.
I need to use...
Again?
I have this.
Never.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh,
Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't figure I could cram a shovel in them.
sink is dripping.
I didn't want to use that unless I really had to. A filthy wash basin hung on the wall.
Wait, what was that? Soap?
It was the bar of soap I'd stolen from the washroom of the excavation site.
What do we need to do? Get the guy
I
to
wasn't
slip
that
on it?
interested in what might go into a restroom's garbage to investigate. A bin stood in the corner. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed clean. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. There was a big old boiler used for heating the building. Capacious as my pockets were, the shovel used to feed the furnace was stuck into the pile of coal. I didn't want any. A huge pile, real high.
Can I open the furnace?
The thing felt really hot. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. The taps were rusty. Oh boy! I figured washing my hands with that soap in that sink would just get my hands dirtier than when I'd started. The cold tap's
What about the hot?
The cold tap. I didn't want to use that.
Alright. That dripping is getting a little bit annoying. Is there anything else I can do?
I
in
didn't
here?
need to get near to tell the toilet needed.
Alright, I think we're done in here. Oh, I didn't check out the dryer actually.
A hand dryer was mounted on the wall. If the Club Alamut had used one of these instead of a roller towel, I'd probably still be stuck in Marib. The cold tap.
Huh. Actually, no, don't talk to him yet. Can we maybe use the key on the door? No.
Hi again.
What is it?
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole.
Say
Talk
nothing.
to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, Alright, can I use the soap on something?
The doorway led to it. There was nothing interesting.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys. Hey, don't go.
Wait.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
I have a weird idea. Can I, like, take the door key and hide it in the soap bar?
I figured this was better done out of the guard's sight.
Great. So we hide the key in the soap.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
Oh, an impression. Oh, wait. Go back. Got it. Maybe. Made an impression of the key. We use the plaster. Yep.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
And I use this on the dripping faucet. Plaster's not going to be strong enough, though.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
No.
Not the grease paint?
That...
What about the coal?
The thing felt really hot. Capacious as my pocket.
Alright, let's get out of here. Give the guy's keys back.
What is it?
Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
How do we improve upon the key? This guy's a painter. Does he have maybe some metallic paint or something we can use?
Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Can I take the paint bucket?
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
Gunmetal paint. Interesting.
Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should...
Hi, it's me again. So we don't need the priest to
What
polish
now?
the key.
I made this key out of...
How thrilling!
I was pretty sure... I have a red nose.
Imagine.
I've got a suit.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked. A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration. A greasy, or there'll be a
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur. Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should think so.
Alright, how do I get rid of this guy?
I couldn't climb over. There was a dumpster full of debris.
Hey, monsieur!
Okay.
I should...
Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this...
Oh,
I
Be
need
seeing
some of
you.
that paint, but how? How do I get to the paint?
The doorway led to an old utility. There was nothing interesting. Hi again.
What is it?
Hey, smart. Why don't I just tell him that I'm... Hi again.
What is it?
I need you.
Again?
I have this...
Never mind.
Hey, smart. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
No.
Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person. A huge pile of real high... I didn't...
It's not as simple as just using the grease paint.
That...
What is...
Here's the key.
Merci, monsieur.
It seems odd that there's a phone in here.
Couleur.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Goodbye, George.
No, wait a minute. I need your help.
What kind of help? I told you I'm busy.
This will only take a few minutes, I promise.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
Aha.
Hi, it's me again.
What?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Alright, use the key on the paint.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Still felt like plaster? How do I make it not feel like plaster? Or does it matter? Making some good progress here.
Well, monsieur, what does... She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah, well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Alright, let's try the switcheroo
Hi again.
with the keys.
What is it?
I need...
Again?
I have...
Never.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Back to the bathroom. Swap the key.
Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
Give the guy back his keys.
What is it?
I couldn't give him the keys. The false key looked pretty convincing, but it felt exactly like what it was. Painted plaster. He was bound to detect it.
Oh,
I couldn't get to the door. Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
so what'd I do?
I figured I'd best not bother Nico.
I dropped the keys in the toilet or something? Or the furnace?
Hey! Don't go with... Hey! Don't go with...
No.
What's this?
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here. even with the door open to the chill of fall. I couldn't imagine what I...
Hi again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
Thermostat.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
I couldn't give him the keys. The false key looked pretty convincing, but it felt exactly like what it was. Painted plaster. He was bound to detect it. Look, a tissue.
Ah, if you give me that.
Really? I was gonna have to get rid of... After the amount of trouble I'd been through to get that, I wasn't about to share with the guard how clever I'd been. Have you seen... Oh, you have. I thought better of showing... He might...
Oui? No?
I've got a red...
Oh?
Do you reckon...
No.
This gadget...
So it...
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Alright, so what am I missing here? Maybe use...
The thing felt really hot. There was a big old boiler. Capacious as my pockets were, the shovel used to feed the furnace was stuck.
Alright, I can't switch the keys back, so there must be something we can do in here that I'm missing. Or out there. But we're coming up on about an hour here, so unless I can find something I'm missing. Unless maybe we can do something with the thermostat now that we talked to him about it. Yes, we can.
I turned the heating off.
Hi again.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I didn't think... I had a hunch that door was locked.
Can I go in now?
I couldn't get to the door while...
Hi again.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Hi, Nico. It's me.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you!
It's the fun.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just
Can we
stand
just
around
ignore
all
this
day.
and go downstairs?
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Yep. Back down we go. And let's go ahead and save it here. And we're a bit over an hour now, so we're going to go ahead and leave it on a cliffhanger here, and we'll find out what's inside the room next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day.